Bernas urged to set ceiling price for imported white rice. 2 MMEA personnel injured after shooting in Kuna waters. Salam Malaysia Madani, I'm Jessica Lee and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. Now, Padi Beras Nasional Berhad or Bernas is instructed to announce the ceiling price of imported white rice as soon as possible. Now, according to Chairman of the National Action Council on Cost of Living or NACOL Food Cluster Task Force, Datuk Syed Abu Hussein Hafiz Syed Abdul Fasal, the ceiling price must be determined to calm the public.
Tak ada harga shilling, walaupun diumumkan beras import kurang diturunkan 2 atau 3 ringgit. Tapi bagaimana rakyat nak refer? Bagaimana rakyat nak merujuk?
Minta datang ke tempat.
Kerana pelbagai brand ada, tapi berasnya lebih kurang sama. Harga daripada 36 sampai ke 65 ringgit.
He said this when met by reporters at a community event near Bukit Gantang, Perak today. On the same note, he also expressed hope that all manufacturers for local white rice will be announced before Aidilfitri celebration. Previously, the NACOL meeting chaired by Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim on the 20th of March decided 4 approaches to overcome rice issue. Among the approach was to instruct all current stock of paddy and rice bought by manufacturers, estimated to be in total of 140,000 metric tons, to be processed and distributed for local consumption immediately. The Minister in the Prime Minister's Department of Religious Affairs, Datuk Dr. Muhammad Naim Mokhtar, has instructed the Department of Islamic Development Malaysia or JAKIM to seek an explanation tomorrow from the relevant party regarding a purported shoe logo resembling the word Allah. Referring to the images of the shoe logo circulating on social media, he emphasized that the Prime Minister's Department for Religious Affairs would not compromise with any party proven to have acted in a manner that insults Islam. In a release statement today, he said anyone with information related to the matter should report it to the authorities, including the Royal Malaysia Police or PDRM. Earlier, a photo displaying a shoe logo from a local company allegedly resembling the word Allah went viral on social media, sparking a range of reactions from netizens. Datuk Muhammad Naim also appealed to all parties to remain calm and allow JAKIM and the authorities to conduct their investigations. A total of 131 million ringgit has been allocated for the development and operation of Islamic religious schools and mosques, along with spiritual programs under the supervision of the Sabah Islamic Religious Affairs Department throughout 2024. The Chief Minister, Datuk Sri Haji Noor, said it was part of the state government's efforts to support programs related to the development of dakwah and upholding the principles of Islam in Sabah. He said the programs can be further strengthened with the solid support from federal government agencies such as the Department of Islamic Development Malaysia or JAKIM, the Malaysian Islamic Economic Development Foundation or YAPIM, the Malaysian Islamic Dakwah Foundation or YADIM and others. Met at the breaking of fast event and opening ceremony of the Al-Falah Mosque Kepayan in the state's capital, Datuk Sri Haji said the state government is fully committed to programs related to Islamic propagation in Sabah. The Chief Minister also emphasized the importance of empowering mosques in line with ongoing modernization efforts to effectively contribute to the development of individuals and society towards greater progressiveness and civilization. Datuk Sri Haji said several approaches need to be adopted and prioritized in making mosques centers for human development, such as enhancing their role as hubs for Islamic knowledge and activities. Now, 1,454 complaints were made to Malaysia Communications and Multimedia Commission, or MCMC, involving race, religion and royalty, or the 3R contents, between January and March this year. Now, the highest statistics were recorded in Facebook, with 731 cases, followed by TikTok X, YouTube, and Instagram. According to Deputy Communications Minister Tioni Cheng, the figures showed an increasing trend compared to 1,633 reports throughout 2023.
Jadi sebagailah seorang pengguna internet, sebagailah seorang warga Malaysia, biarlah kita jangan terlalu senang terpengaruhi olehlah konten-konten ucapan-ucapan kebencian seperti itu. Dan saya percaya bahawa pihak polis juga akanlah menjalankan siasatan mereka untuklah pastikan bahawa isu-isu ini terkawal. Tetapi saya rasa sebagai pengguna internet, biarlah kita faham dan ada kesedaran terhadap isu ini supaya jangan kita terlalu mudah terpengaruhi olehlah isu-isu ini.
She said this to reporters when met after visiting SJKC Sawit in Kulai today. She said 3R issues are among the things that the ministry will bring up during their meeting with Meta, or Facebook's parent company, on Monday. Throughout 2023, over 1,600 content with 3R elements were taken down by platform providers in cooperation with MCMC. Now, following a gunfight in Kunak waters this morning, which left 2 Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency or MMEA personnel injured, the Eastern Sabah Security Command or ESCOM and the police are ramping up patrols. Lahad Datu Member of Parliament Dato' Muhammad Yusof Abdal, who is also Deputy Minister of Science and Innovation, said members of the public need not worry about any security threats, as all areas, especially maritime sections, will be closely monitored as the festive season looms. Now, he said the public can also cooperate with the security forces by channeling any information to the police for immediate action. Earlier this morning, 2 MMEA personnel were injured in a firefight with gunmen during an encounter off Kunak waters. An MMEA vessel had approached a vessel 0.2 nautical miles northeast of Kampung Pangi, Kunak, when they were fired upon by 3 armed men. 1 MMEA personnel was injured in the right eye, while the other sustained injuries in both hands. Now, both are receiving treatment at the Kunak hospital. Now, Johor Police have smashed a drug processing and distribution syndicate with the arrest of 3 individuals and seizure of drugs worth more than 2 million ringgit in the state's capital. Now, State Police Chief M. Kumar said the suspects are 2 men aged 32 and 51 and a 32-year-old foreign woman who were arrested at a terrace house in a city area at 1:30 p.m. on the 2nd of April. He said one of the suspects led police to the recovery of 13.6 kilograms of ecstasy powder kept in 345 packets and 3 containers, 27 ecstasy pills, 1.2 grams of ketamine, and 24.7 grams of shabu at a terrace house in Sri Alam.
Syndicate ini membeli dadah daripada daerah-daerah negeri yang berdekatan. Selepas itu akan diproses, akan diubah suai jadi jus dan disyaki untuk digunakan dalam pasaran tempatan, terutamanya di pusat-pusat hiburan.
He said this in a press conference at the Johor Police Contingent Headquarters today. He said the syndicate, believed to have been active since early this year, using the rented house in Sri Alam as a drug processing centre and store. Now, Kumar said all 3 suspects tested positive for methamphetamine. He said police were trying to identify other members of the syndicate. Now, all 3 have been remanded for 7 days from the 3rd of April for investigation under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. Now, police have arrested a trailer driver and an attendant on suspicion of smuggling 27,350 cartons of Double Happiness brand cigarettes and seized a trailer with a total value of nearly 10 million ringgit yesterday. Kelantan Police Chief Dato' Muhammad Zaki Harun said a police team had detected a suspicious boat entering Tumpat waters at 4 p.m. yesterday and discovered individuals moving some boxes into a trailer. He said police followed the trailer from Wakaf Baru Tumpat as it headed to Kota Baru before stopping it at Jalan Sultan Ismail, Langgar in Kota Baru. Now, inspections found the trailer carrying cigarettes with unpaid customs tax, he said, adding that police also seized 3 urgent delivery checklists and 3 mobile phones. He said the suspects, who have no prior criminal records, have been remanded for 4 days from yesterday for investigations under Section 135, subsection 1D of the Customs Act 1967. Now, police have extended the remand order on the Israeli man who was detained with 200 bullets for another 7 days. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein said the application to extend the remand order against Shalom Avitan was made to complete the investigations as the previous one expired today. He added police needed more time to gather evidence regarding the relationship between the suspect and a couple detained in Kuala Selangor for assisting the suspect, whom also had their remand extended on Friday. Now, police are also studying the motive behind Shalom's possession of 6 firearms with 200 rounds of ammunition. Tan Sri Razaruddin said in total, 15 individuals have been detained, including 2 Turkey nationals and a Georgian. On the 27th of March, Avitan, an Israeli national, was detained at a hotel in Jalan Ampang in the nation's capital after being found in possession of 6 handguns. Now, he is believed to have entered the country via a flight from the United Arab Emirates using a French passport on the 12th of March. Now, traffic flow on several major highways was reported to be slow in some areas following an increase in the number of vehicles on the road as of 5 p.m. this afternoon, as city folks started going home to celebrate Hari Raya Aidilfitri. The Malaysian Highways Authority, or LLM spokesperson, said that traffic flow at the North Klang Valley Expressway, or NKVE, and Guthrie Corridor Expressway, or GCE, was under control. A Plus Malaysia Berhad spokesman said 2 accidents were reported at kilometre 404.5 northbound from Lembah Beringin to Tanjung Malim and kilometre 272.8 southbound from Nilai to Bandar Ainsdale, and as a result, traffic is slow moving. Now, he said traffic congestion is also reported from Simpang Renggam to Sedenak. Meanwhile, Plus Traffic Update on its X account stated that several smart lanes have been activated to ensure smooth traffic flow for the journey back to the hometowns. It is said the smart lane at kilometre 303.2 to kilometre 297 northbound from Tapah to Gopeng has been activated. Now, as the emergency lane was also allowed for travel, the smart lane has also been activated from kilometre 194.5 to kilometre 184 southbound from Aikaro to Jasin. Coming up next, Bursa projected to trade sideways next week. Now, Bursa Malaysia is likely to remain in sideways pattern next week with an upside bias seen for the FTSE Bursa Malaysia KLCI. Rakuten Trade Sindra Berhad Equity Research Vice President Tong Pak Ling said the longer outlook, however, remains positive. On a Friday-to-Friday basis, the FBM KLCI added 19.18 points to 1,555.25 from last week's 1,536.07. Weekly turnover expanded to 19.34 billion units, worth 13.19 billion ringgit, compared with 14.4 billion units, valued at 11.29 billion ringgit in the preceding week. The main market volume surged to 10.68 billion shares, valued at 11.43 billion ringgit, from 8.85 billion shares, worth 10.06 billion ringgit a week ago. Warrants turnover increased to 4.21 billion units, worth 489.19 million ringgit, versus 2.38 billion units, valued at 332.09 million ringgit last week. The ACE market volume grew to 4.41 billion shares, valued at 1.25 billion ringgit, against 3.09 billion shares worth 896.65 million ringgit previously. RTS Operations Private Limited, or RTSO, has appointed Dato' Hairil Anwar Ahmad as its new chairman, taking over from Dato' Muhammad Farid Muhammad Adnan effective the 1st of March 2024. Dato' Hairil Anwar said he would take cognizance of the scale and strategic importance of the project in bringing significant benefits for both Malaysia and Singapore, and in further cementing the deep-rooted and close relationship between the two countries. RTSO Vice Chairman Yap Kim Wah said that given Dato' Hairil Anwar's excellent corporate track record, he will no doubt add not only valuable technical expertise to the board, but also steer the management team to successfully deliver this pivotal project of great national importance. With a capacity of up to 10,000 passengers per hour in each direction and a journey time of about 5 minutes between the two stations, the RTS link will provide an easy and comfortable journey between Singapore and Johor Bahru. Still ahead, Turkish search and rescue team arrives in Taiwan. Welcome back. You're watching Malaysia Tonight, and we move on to the foreign segment. Now, members of a Turkish rescue team have arrived in Taiwan's quake-hit areas, becoming the first foreign team on the scene. The Taiwan authorities said that 13 people have been confirmed dead and 6 others remain missing following the quake on Wednesday. Rain, tremors and the risk of falling rocks are hampering efforts around Taiwan's popular tourist destination, Taroko Gorge, in the eastern county of Hualien, near the epicenter. Now, most of the missing people are believed to be in the area. The Turkish team members who specialize in using drones headed to the site around the gorge Sunday morning after going over a search and rescue plan with the Taiwan authorities. Taiwanese authorities say they are ready to work with the Turkish team. Now, the leader of the Turkish team said that the people of Taiwan offered their support when Turkey was hit by a powerful earthquake last year, and now it is Turkey's turn to do the same.
We were there in Turkey when we had some hard times with the earthquake several times, so it is an opportunity for us to return the favor back, so we are grateful.
Rescue efforts are underway for more than 300 people stranded around the gorge, where roads are blocked. About 10 local residents were airlifted on Sunday morning. Now, heavy rainfall and strong convective weather in South China's Guangdong province over the past 2 days have caused water logging in many affected areas, leaving residents stranded in those worst hit areas. Now, local authorities also commenced a series of rescue operations in those areas to ensure the safety of residents. Due to the rising water level, navigation of the waterways in Lianjiang and some sections of Beijiang rivers have been temporarily suspended, and traffic control measures have been implemented in Qingyuan in the northern part of Guangdong province starting Saturday afternoon. A statement released by the Qingyuan Water Conservancy Authority noted that it aims to ensure navigation safety when the water level of local rivers have risen to above warning levels. The Guangdong Provincial Water Conservancy Department has sent special working teams to relevant cities that are being hit hard by the floods to help guide local anti-flooding work, with priorities to effectively safeguard people's lives and properties. Local meteorological department has forecast the heavy rainfall to start weakening starting Monday. sports, Ian Yao topples top seed to enter German Open final. Malaysia's Ng Ian Yao reached the 2024 German Open final after defeating top seed Joel Makin in a 73-minute thriller. Ian Yao, seeded fourth in the tournament, started well when he won the first and second sets in 13-11 and 11-8. However, Makin, who is ranked 9th in the world, came back to win the third set 11-6 before Ian Yao sealed the victory with 11-8 in the deciding set. Now, the two players traded points to 8-all in that deciding game, but a tin hit from Makin at that scoreline after a particularly attritional rally saw Ian Yao yelled out, and the Malaysian won 2 more points in quick succession to take out the top seed. Ian Yao said keeping his emotions in check was a key to the victory he used to beat Makin, but admitted the campaign is not over until he faces Switzerland's Dimitri Steinman in Sunday's final. Earlier, Steinman defeated Mohammad El Shabini of Egypt 11-8, 11-4 and 11-1 in another semi-final match on Saturday. Let's take a look at tennis. Pedro Martinez knocked out top seed and defending champion Casper Ruud on Saturday to set up a final against Hubert Hurkacz at the ATP Estoril Open. Martinez, the world number 77 from Spain, needed just over 3 hours to defeat the 8th-ranked Ruud 6-4, 4-6, 6-4, advancing to the third final of his career. Martinez saved 9 of 12 break points against Ruud, a 3-time Grand Slam finalist who has finished runner-up at the French Open the past 2 years. Now, this is a first career win against a top 10 opponent for the Spaniard and third ATP final. The previous two having also come on clay courts when he lost in Kitzbühel in 2021 before lifting his maiden tour title in Santiago in 2022. The standing in Martinez's way is world number 10 and second-seeded Hubert Hurkacz of Poland, who overcame Chile's Christian Garin 6-3, 3-6, 6-3 in the other semi-final. Hurkacz is chasing his first title of the season and his first on clay. The towering Pole won the last of his 7 titles at the Shanghai Masters in October 2023. Over in the US, top seed Ben Shelton and defending champion Frances Tiafoe set up an all-American showdown at the ATP US Clay Court Championship in Houston on Saturday after advancing to the final in contrasting fashion. Shelton booked his place in an ATP Tour final for only the second time after battling past Argentina's Thomas Echeverry 6-7, 6-4, 6-4. The 21-year-old American won 84% of his first serve points to advance past the Argentine 4th seed and reach his second tour final and first on clay, having lifted his maiden ATP title last October in Tokyo. Tiafoe, meanwhile, found the going slightly easier, booking his meeting with Shelton after a 6-2, 7-6 straight sets win over Italy's Luciano Daderi. Now, this means Shelton and Tiafoe will meet in Sunday's final for only the second time. Shelton defeated Tiafoe in 4 sets at their previous meeting in the quarterfinals of last year's US Open. And we're still on tennis. Danielle Collins continued her impressive form in her final WTA season by notching her 12th straight tour win on Saturday, outclassing Greek third seed Maria Sakkari 6-3, 6-3 to reach the final of the Charleston Open. Now, Collins had 4 aces and saved 4 of 5 break points while ousting third-seeded Sakkari in just 85 minutes. Collins, brimming with confidence following her recent Miami Open victory, took down Greek third seed Sakkari to continue her recent fine run of form in what is the final season of her career. The American, world number 22, who won her first Masters 1000 title at the Miami tournament last month, will face 4th seed Daria Katsakina after the Russian stunned number 1 seed Jessica Pegula in the other semi. The former Australian Open runner-up Collins Philippines, announced in January that she would be quitting the sport in 2024 and that she hoped to start a family. After her triumphant win in Miami, she will be looking to add a second WTA 500 title to her haul after claiming victory in San Jose in 2021. And we're looking at football. Arsenal leapfrogged Liverpool at the top of the Premier League with a 3-0 win at Brighton on Saturday. Goals from Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz and Leandro Trossard lifted the Gunners to 71 points, one clear of Jurgen Klopp's men, who are tied on 70 points with defending champions City. Bukayo Saka had been nursing an injury in recent weeks and was rested for Wednesday's 2-0 victory over Luton. But he marked his return with his 17th goal of the season after Gabriel Jesus had been tripped inside the box on 33 minutes. Saka opened the scoring from the penalty spot before the much-maligned Kai Havertz slotted in his 5th goal in his last 9 Arsenal games to continue silencing his critics. Leandro Trossard came off the bench to haunt his old club with a cool chip over Bad Verbruggen for the third 5 minutes from time. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal have now won 10 of their past 11 league games and have added steel to style after faltering badly in the home straight last season. In another game, Kevin De Bruyne struck twice to inspire Manchester City to a dominant 4-2 win at Crystal Palace on Saturday and put the champions level on points with Liverpool near the top of the Premier League table. Mateta had shocked the travelling City supporters with a goal in the 3rd minute, but De Bruyne levelled in the 13th minute with an inch-perfect finish. Rico Lewis put the visitors ahead soon after the interval. Erling Haaland backed his 19th goal of the season in the 66th minute from close range, and De Bruyne netted his 100th goal for City to keep them in the hunt for a 4th successive league title. Odsone Edouard, meanwhile, grabbed a late consolation for the hosts. With 7 games remaining, City are on 70 points, the same as the Reds, who visit Manchester United on Sunday, but behind them on goal difference.
Puasa pun dah nak berakhir ni, nak masuk Syawal lah kita kan.
Betul.
Sekejap je, tapi mungkin kita dah seronok dengan family, kena fikirkan juga atlet-atlet kita yang berjuang atas nama negara, ada yang kat luar ni sekarang.
Tapi kita nak bawa episod minggu depan ni, ada atlet-atlet yang berada di luar negara, ada juga yang pernah berada di luar negara semasa Hari Raya ataupun semasa puasa. Kita nak tahu juga apa perkembangan dan juga kenangan mereka lah.
Baik, itu kita akan bincangkan dalam Planet Sukan.
Planet Sukan setiap Ahad 10 malam di TV1 dan saluran Sukan RTM.
And that's it from us this evening. In our top story, Berners urged to set ceiling price for imported white rice. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching.